Friends, welcome back to Rinard. So you can see we've got some things going on in the city. We don't have enough leisure, it looks like, over here. We've got a car accident. We've got that powered down. We've got the incineration plant cooking away, doing its job. But apparently we've got a little bit of a garbage pileup going here at this house, and we're not sure why. It's the ground pollution that it's having issue with. That would be something that is receding. Let's take a quick look at the ground pollution in the area. You can see it's kind of slowly backing away. Kind of holds on there. We might need to change it up and make this not strictly residential, but make it a more commercial zone. In fact, let's do that, because the commercial doesn't seem to mind the pollution quite as much. And you, sir, you can go to a different locale. Let's find a new place for this park. We moved it there temporarily. You know what? We'll put it here by the funeral home. That'll allow that to develop in over here into a commercial, and that should make it nice. All right, friends, that was not the plan to start here. Just doing a status check and I got distracted, as happens. All right, you can see I've gone through, I've done a little gussying up of things. I kind of adjusted the layouts here just a little bit, just to make it pretty. We've added in the big police station here to help with things. We've added in parking lots to help, and these parks, which I need to just replace to try to get them to match. So you do it enough times, it connects you back. Ta-da! Close enough. Alright, but as you can see, we've got some good growth here in the downtown area. Lots of big high-rises, but you know, people don't always want to live in the big high-rises. So we're going to have to come over here and provide some non-high-rise living for people. And because of, you know, their background in developing Keaton Crossing, Keaton Planning Associates, which, oddly enough, for all the rancor that she had for her ex-husband, her deceased husband, Karen Keaton actually has kept the name of Keaton Planning Associates, probably for her kids, if we're being serious here, which we should be. So, Karen is going to go ahead and lobby the city fathers to allow her family to do what they do best. And she is going to actually build out this open space between Bremenburg and the Vieilleville into a lovely little area of some good density, but not the tall density. Thus allowing the people to have options when it comes to them choosing where to live. Because, you know, like I said, all people don't want to live in high-rises. Not everybody wants to live in a house. It just kind of depends on the people. So let's see, we'll get that to a perfect 90. And we'll just keep on trucking. I'm concerned that there is some land leveling. So let's do that. That's one thing I've realized, is we can smooth out things. Yep, do you see that? It's not very level. Let's see if we can't smooth that out a little bit. Hi, Lag. How are you? In fact, we're going to kill the road. We're going to level this out more. Quick, get the leveler. Gives a nice level pad so we can have some good solid homes laid out beautifully for this area. We'll come back and we'll flatten it out. Or smooth it out over on the other side here. Because as you can see, it's kind of making a lip here, but that's okay. We can work with that. Alright, I think that levels us pretty well, so let's go ahead. We'll watch as the Keaton family goes ahead and continues their efforts here. Make that nice and perfectly square. Another 90 there. Where's my little dash line? There we go. So I can connect over to this one. Perfecto. Why did you do that? I don't like it. It makes me want to scream. Still makes me want to scream. The joys of it. This is why I'm considering doing not a vanilla playthrough next time. Remember how I said not a vanilla playthrough? Yeah, that does it for me because I just loathe it so much. Yep. But we'll carry on. We kind of have to. We kind of got no choice in the matter. We're going to do a little low commercial zone here because we do want to provide places for people to shop and to buy what they need without having the big high rises like these here, which are good for the main strip there along ever-loving Primrose, which is now Umber Street. We'll get to that. But with great fanfare comes the opening of some more medium density row housing, because that was a very popular first bid for growth with Keaton Crossing. And look at that, Vertigo Square. Lovely. But Keaton Planning Associates was hoping to have a similar warm response for their offering here in this new strip between the Vieilleville and good old Bremenburg. That said, they know that they're probably going to need to worry about some schools. Yep, we're a little shy on schools. So, Town Fathers will go ahead and conduct a research study to see what kind of school. Given that we're by Bremenburg, there's going to be a push to have it be German-styled. But it's a little heavy-handed, a little big for what we're looking at as far as the neighborhood, and so they're actually going to go with a more traditional style elementary that's not going to impede on too much space, will not be too huge, and so because they have access to the DuLac archives, because they are now allied companies, they shared the school plans and have built the similar model as what Monsieur DuLac built over here in Domaine DuLac. And that will do a wonderful number for our schooling in the area. As you can see, 26,000, so that'll help us. And we could do an extension on it to add 500 more students, so we'll see if we need it. We'll add it when we do. Not that we really need to worry too much about money. We're doing really well on that front. How's our colleges? Well, that's looking good. All right. We have no prisoners. Look at that. We're such a good place, we don't need a prison. Should tear it down. Not gonna. But we could, but I'm not gonna. All right, let's go ahead. We'll finish out Keaton Planning Associates. We'll go ahead and opt in for a further expansion when the City Fathers offer it. These row houses can help provide a nice little buffer between the Vieilleville, right? And then there will be a, let's see, a soften tool. Yeah, let's do that. We'll soften that little area there. Look at that. That looks so much better. That fills that in nicely. We could come in here and have another expansion. We'll see what comes. That might be the second expansion of that area. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Looks like response is good enough that Keaton Planning Associates will kind of go for that. Now, that being said, Monsieur DuLac recognizes the opportunities here. So he's going to be reaching out to the city fathers to say, hey, guys, let's do a thing. Let's, instead of having Umber Street go up here, let's break Umber Street. Let's have Umber Street actually go along behind the wellness office here and connect over and make it more of a further connector. So there's that talk, and it looks like they're going to get what they want. City's going to not really vacate the right-of-way per se, but they're definitely going to change down the road there a little bit. And then we'll run this here. Nice wavy kind of a road. Maybe we'll do it this way. I'll leave a nice connection there. We're gonna have to relocate the power lines, friends. I hate doing this. It's not my favorite. Extend it over here until it connects over to the university. That'll provide another way through town so people don't have to deal with going in on Grand Soleil, which can be a little bit blocked up if, you know, traffic is tight, and it often is. All right, let's go ahead. We'll reconnect our power lines. How about we don't snap to the middle of the road? How's that work for you? Does that sound like an acceptable solution? I would like it to be. All right, we've got Evergreen Street now and Umber Street here. So that's fun. Man, the way they name roads is just killing me. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead and connect this lovely college road over. We'll bring it to here in a straight line and stop having it, you know, do its silliness. And then it's going to connect there straight on. And that leaves plenty of area for Domaine DuLac to straighten itself out a little bit, expand itself a bit. Let's see, that's a 2-laner. We'll go ahead and we'll extend the 2-laner across. Maybe I'll have to turn off snapping so it won't, you know, kajigger it weird. And we'll do this one. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure that the town fathers aren't going to want to put, you know, residential right next to power lines. So they're probably going to opt for the more commercial zone option here, which surprises none, if we're being honest. There you go. That'll offer some nice commercial opportunities for people. We'll also have a little more of our famed French-style low-rent housing to go in here next to the office. See if that'll be well received. I don't want to put it on the main road, though. So we'll do that. There we go. Now, Domaine DuLac wants to expand. Let's just look. I just need to look, because look at how pretty this is. Look at these row houses, friends. Don't they look beautiful? Wouldn't you want to kind of hang out on this street and be able to just, you know, live here and have the views out to the water? To go through your neighbor's house like I'm apparently doing. It's just pretty. Look at that. Look at the views. Nice views out your back windows. Beautiful gardens in the back. Especially these ones over here. These ones get really ritzy. Look at them. It's just nice. It's just nice. I think it's just nice. And while we're here, you know the City Fathers are going to insist on finding a way without doing the horrible snap. There we go. Look at that. Nice little path that'll let people connect up so they can just walk from the neighborhood, which is also a very important thing. We've got to have that connectivity. Nope. 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 Yep. Okay, why are you being stinky? I don't understand why it does that. That's just annoying. Goodness gravy taco honk. Look at that, friends. Growing along. We've got good, solid people here. How's our school doing? We'll spring for it. Ooh, and we can put a playground. Let's put a playground in. That'll make people happy. Especially in the neighborhood. And even put a little pithy path. More connection between the neighborhoods. It's always a good thing, right? I think so. Look at that. Bip that puppy along right there. Bring it right over to the back of the school and to the playground. Oh, good. Because you're doing that thing again. So frustrating. Alright, can we do this without destroying houses? Yes, we can. That's a good thing. Can we do that without connecting and destroying the main road? Yes, we can. Why? Why? Why does it destroy the houses? I don't understand what... Remember how I said I was thinking about doing a non-vanilla one? Yeah, that would be why. It drives me insane. Don't get it. Really hate it. Yep. Hi, how are ya? Hate it so much. Good grief. Just built it in and you're doing that shenanigan. They've shenaned once, and now they're gonna shenan again. Anyway, look at the connectivity. That's beautiful. People can walk through the neighborhood and get to the shops. All right. Domaine DuLac. Really just not enjoying that. So what we're going to do, first off, we're moving the parks because those gotta go. Especially with Ramon, the weird driver that we saw, just freewheeling all over the place. That was special. All right, we're gonna upgrade. Can we do that? Too big. I don't want that. Now, can I do a thing where I plant trees? Not on this road. All right. Had to do a quick little reset there. But needless to say, friends, we've got Domaine DuLac started up here. Again, I've changed it. I've added in a little subtle change in that I made it a gated community, which, you know, to the surprise of none, that's exactly what Georges would want, because that's just Georges for you. Good old Georges. And then, let's see, I'm going to just do that, and do that, and do that. And let's see if we can get you to stop being weird. Okay, so Georges DuLac and the people who live in his community decided to do a roadside parking fee structure to discourage people from just parking on the street side. And also, they made it a gated community in that only if you work or live there can you come in. Because, you know, some of these college kids are being a little wacky and trying to come in and just park because they don't want to pay the parking fees at the university. So, obviously, Monsieur DuLac was not too happy about that. And so, he decided to make it a pain point and discourage the students. Now, that doesn't, you know, take care of everything. And in fact, we're probably going to have to do a parking structure here really quick before we jump back into DuLac. So let's do that. Let's get the parking structure in. They're going to opt for, because it's new, and apparently Professor Garonier is eager to please the city, so he's going to do the beautiful underground parking terrace, which allows a good amount of parking and also enables people to get off the roads. In fact, we're going to see a little rejig here. We're going to put in some... You gotta do birch. Okay, so there you go. That will take care of that a bit. And it looks like down here at the end, they're going to open up additional parking structures. But in deference to Domaine DuLac, looks like Professor Garonier is going to go for more of these underground parking structures. So, there's that. Domaine DuLac needs a big road out, and so the city fathers have offered to extend Madison Street as a option for that. And he says yes, but it has to drop down to 2 lanes. So we'll see if that actually works. Otherwise, hi, I thought I clicked on that. UI is not always the most intuitive, guys. Okay. This was Madison, not Applegate. Okay. As we were saying, Madison will extend and actually come down here and do a solid connection here. That will then allow the people in DuLac to feel a little more connected without being all that connected. Which, you know, they love. We're going to go ahead and connect in with a big roundabout here. They're going to want something flavorful and beautiful right there.
Oh, beautiful, gorgeous.
And that will allow some nice little connections to come in. Okay. They'll also make for some fun little offshoots over here. Which, as is the case, as you know, they like the little teensy roundabouts. So that'll be nice, and we can throw in a couple others here to foster the little side residential streets. As is the way here in DuLac. They're going to move this parking lot, that's for sure, though. Parking lot relocation. Because they're going to connect Little Brook Street or whatever it was over here with Maple. So let's do that. And then add in, of course, a couple more of our little... Oh, it's Birch Lane apparently now. Why not? It's just nice to have those at the end of the roads, right? Little bulbs. Look at that, the expansion of DuLac. Now let's get it zoned because people want to live in nice, low-density housing. Since these are coming in at a later time, they're going to be a little bit their own. Their own design, their own floor plans. Let's see what that one does. There you go. No, on the big street housing, of course. We like that privacy. The privacy of it. But we are going to connect here. Sure, why not? Some nice little... So you're just not going to build there. Oh, now you're going to build there. I'm very confused by your choices. Let's see, and then we can do a little bit of this for Monsieur DuLac. Goodbye, friend. Thanks for living there. Have a nice life. You've been evicted. Goodbye. Another road there. Good. Let's expand our housing options here for Domaine DuLac. Nice one there. Nice big one there. Smaller one there. Big one there. As you can see, people are wanting it because they're jumping on it as soon as the city fathers approved the zoning for the area. Looks like Monsieur DuLac has some pretty solid fans with the way he builds communities, because they are all over this like bees on nectar. Look at that. We'll probably have to come back to it though, friends. Because as you can see, Rinard is growing. Our colleges are doing well. Our downtown's doing well. That's going to expand soon. City fathers are opening it up again. Possibly to expand and have a bigger train station here. We'll see what goes on with that. But we are having some good solid returns on our investments of time and design. We've got tech university students, we've got college students, we've got all things seem to be going pretty well for the city. We'll come back next time and make our beautiful city of Rinard even more beautifuler, if that's even a word. It's not, but I'm making it one because I just said so. Thanks for being here, friends. Glad to have you as we make our beautiful city of Rinard. Bye.